He was known as the
So there you have it. That was executive produced, written, and directed by our next guest. So it's such a privilege to have her on. So I had to make sure that I had my bra on for y'all so I could present to you and introduce to others director, writer, producer, and CEO of About Face Media. And she goes by the name Omegia Keeys, y'all. Here we go.
I'm coming up, I'm pressing on, I'm getting over, I'm an I'm coming up, I'm pressing on, I'm getting over it, I'm an
Yes, Miss Keys in the building. I thank you so much for being here. Shout out to those who are on Facebook with her right now. Thank you so much for coming in. Yes, coming to the room so you can get the essence of Miss Keys up in it. Did I pronounce your name correctly, by the way?
Yes, Omegia
Uh,
Keeys.
Omega
That
Keys.
is me. Look at me trying to
Uh,
make sure I tag my mama.
oh yes, yes. Look, you better. Yeah, yeah. Because I don't know if you want to feel the wrath of Mama if she misses
Mm-mm,
your.
I'm making sure I
You don't
send
want
it
her to
to
miss her baby.
her. Okay, sent. Okay.
Yeah, so I just was I'm loving Mrs. Keys' look. The glasses are giving. Where did you get those glasses from, by the way?
Oh shoot. Zulu. I
Oh,
have
one of
a
those websites. Oh,
yes. I have a bunch
okay.
of them from there.
Oh, okay. So you know
Yeah.
what? I'm glad you said it 'cause it's good to know that because I've been skeptical about those websites. So you send a prescription of your friend? Like, how does that work?
You just log in and you give them your prescription, and they send it back. And it is just I love a bargain.
Right,
So
right.
versus paying $800 here, I get me three, four, five, six pairs. For the same price.
Oh, okay. How do they normally like? Do they have like a virtual fitting thing when they know what the right size of the frames to give to you?
They have a little measurement thing
Okay,
that you
right.
measure your the width of it.
Right. Okay. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, you guys. I have frames that I be paying dollars for. These opticals, they don't make them like they used to. These opticals, they're so poorly
No.
made, but they want you to spend so much on them. So I just wanted to just a little inquire. Inquiring minds wanted to know. Excuse me.
Yeah, and if anybody wanted to know, these are trifocals because I can't see.
Yeah. Yeah, I got progressives. I got some progressives too. So you said trifocals. I got like I don't know, bifocals, progressive, one of those.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not alone. Thank you, Miss Keys. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm so glad that you put me in a number. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, but I thank you again. Like I said, I want to just express my sincerest gratitude for being here. And just taking the time to speak with me. So I always like to start in the beginning. I always enjoy the backstories of what makes the person who they are. It has to come from somewhere. It has to start from somewhere. So I wanted to know where to start for you. I want to know more about your childhood, some of the memories you can share with us. And I know you mentioned that you wanted to make sure your parents um was here in the building. So are they still together? Did you come from a single parent household, two parent household? Siblings, cousins. Can you play hopscotch on the street, double dutch on the corner? Like, I wanted to get some of those background stories and where did it all begin for you?
Well, I have done it all. I'm
Mhm.
number 7. I'm number 7.
Wow, 7 out of
Yeah, 7.
oh, you're the youngest. Oh, okay.
I'm number 7 out of 7. Yeah, my mom and dad, my daddy. I don't know a time that my daddy wasn't around. So yes. So yes, my daddy wasn't, my father, whether he was on the ships for the Navy, he was still making it to my track meets and everything else.
Wonderful.
So there's like, yeah, I wouldn't say single household because my daddy was there.
Yeah, he was
So
there. So wait, elaborate. So you're saying that
there's
he was
still,
still present.
yeah,
So
there's still, huh?
so he was still present, but was it the
They
two
weren't
parents?
technically together growing up, but I
Okay.
don't know a difference. They're
Oh,
together
gotcha.
now. Look, they're together now. Look,
Like you
my
wasn't
little
sure back then.
my little people, yeah. Yeah. But no,
Oh,
I I'm a 70s baby, so I grew up with my big family being very creative. There's a gap. My next siblings, the twins, they're 7.5 years older than me. So I grew up a lot of the times sitting under the dining room table,
mm,
taking in the family, being my creative self underneath the table. So I heard a lot because I think sometimes they forgot I was there.
oh, yeah. I can imagine all the conversations you had to
Yeah.
listen to. But you say your creative self, so you was creative back then. What so when you mentioned that, how creative were you at that time? Like what made you
I was
creative at that
writing
time?
scripts for cutout paper dolls, and
Oh,
I had the Barbie dolls fighting the Ewok village and stuff like because
oh,
I had toys for days. There
oh,
wasn't a
wow.
time where I didn't have the latest toy or something like that. My parents made sure I had over enough. And I didn't particularly like playing with Barbie dolls the normal way. Like to me, they were action figures. So I would line them up with the rest of them. But anybody that played with me, I literally had this is what you need to say. This is what we're doing today. Like I had
So
a
you
whole
was directing already, like pause there, Omega, because I want to know, like, that had to come from where did that come from? Like, what made you say because it had to come from somewhere,
I don't
just
know. I was little. I
you
thought that
just
was no, I
directed
thought
people because you directed people at that time. So you just
I thought that was
yeah.
normal. I didn't know it was directing.
Really?
I thought that's what everybody did at that age. I mean, I
What?
didn't have I didn't have anything else to go
Who
by.
else was
So
doing that? Who else was doing it around your age? Who else?
I don't know. Me apparently like me and my cousin, me and Tony specifically. He stayed with us off and on, but me and Tony, we used to have whole battles with it. And he was older than me, but but he was closer in age to me than my other siblings. But no,
Mhm.
we had it together. And then when my nieces came along, my oldest niece and nephew, they're 6 years younger than me. I had the plan. This is what we're gonna do with with them as well. I thought it was normal. I would put on plays for my family.
Wow,
Like,
that's
yeah,
amazing.
we used to play a thing called like Make Me Laugh. No. Shout out to my sister Teresa, who always went along with my shenanigans. Like I had whole Christmas, like when Christmas time came, I had the Christmas plays. This is what we're gonna
What?
do. Yes.
Wow, that is amazing. No, that really is amazing. So that's an innate talent there. So you was like, you were born to do this. So I mean, don't you agree? Like, there was something that had to be
At
instilled
the
in
time,
you.
I didn't know it. I just thought
Yeah,
that that's normal
you
imagination,
remember,
normally what
right?
kids do. But I mean, once I got to school and once I got to high school, I didn't know that this is something that I can actually do. When 10th grade, when we had our communications class, they didn't allow us to touch the camera, but we were
Oh,
supposed to come up
wow.
with the
Okay.
commercial. They
Mm.
they allowed the white folks to touch the camera. They didn't allow us to touch the camera.
Mm.
So, like, but I put the commercial together. I wrote it. I directed. I starred in it. Commercial.
Really?
Yeah,
So
and
what?
then like when it's yeah,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm
I was
listening.
gonna say when the school had a big medieval play, I wasn't in charge, but I made sure I got the role that I wanted to get in my lines that I get because they weren't about to make me a slave. So
Mm, mm.
I'm just outspoken. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So no, I want to ask you, where were you born and raised?
Michigan City, Indiana.
Oh, Michigan City, Indiana. Okay. And so at that time when you're just being creative and I could you saying that you were sitting at the table. So is it fair to say that you got some of your scripts and some of your material from the conversation that you heard?
Of course, but I
Okay.
was a reader. But I was a reader too. I read everything, and
Okay.
whatever my mother, like, she watched a lot of National Geographic. The Reader's Digest used to come. I used to read everything. Like, it didn't
Nice.
matter what it was. Like, I was way advanced on my reading at a young age. So my mind and my expansion, like, I got books as gifts for
Oh,
Christmas and
nice. I love
birthdays
it.
and stuff like that, as part, as well as other stuff. So yeah, the
I love it.
creativity is there.
Oh, wow, I love that. Yes. So now, so let me also ask you, because I before we get into the elementary, junior high school phase, I want to know, like, what are some of the other memories other than, you doing your whole, you had a whole production thing going on, without even realizing that you were so innovative in the whole having a production company already, it just wasn't a name or it wasn't established yet, but that's what it was. So at that time, like, what is some of the other things you could think of? Because I always use a reference, like, because there are some people that have more humbling backgrounds, as there's some that have more well-to-do backgrounds, like whether you ration out food or you have bunk beds, you had the pallet on the floor, a whole bunch of cousins in the house, in and out.
Oh,
Did you
we were the family that took care of other people. My mother, she's
okay.
always giving. It's because she came from an even bigger family. My grandmother had 20 kids.
Ooh,
So for my mother
ooh,
having 7, that was
ooh.
nothing to her.
Right, right.
So my mother is the mom that helped the whole neighborhood. We had a very, very large garden out there. So
Oh, garden
I
life.
don't know what struggle is, because we just went outside and we picked and we gardened and we did everything that we needed to do out there. Like, I went outside and I got my food. So,
Nice. I
and
love
I
it.
used to show my friends around the neighborhood, like, I knew who had the peach tree, I knew who had the grapes, I knew who had the strawberry. I would take my friends around the neighborhood, like, hey, let's go get some food. Let's go do this. And that wasn't because it wasn't food in the house. It was just because I wanted something
But
else.
yes,
And I
yes,
would take them around the neighborhood and do stuff like that. I mean, it was the 80s and stuff like that, crack epidemic. That stuff
yes.
happened around us, and I saw a lot of stuff, but that wasn't what my household was.
Yeah, it was more, so you had like more, healthier choices at that time that we don't have, like, today. So that is
Yeah.
amazing though. So you had other, like, other people within your neighborhood that had fruit trees and growing vegetables as well?
It was some people that had around the neighborhood, and the other neighborhoods we weren't supposed to go into, but I didn't care. I was going and getting it anyway. I was, because the way I grew up in Michigan City back then, it was still a little bit segregated, even though they would swear that it wasn't. But like, Black people were in these little pockets. I would go to those other pockets and risk them
Mm,
coming
ooh.
outside acting a fool, but I still got those peaches.
You was determined to get those peaches. Wasn't playing. You wasn't playing about those peaches. Oh,
Yes, yes. No, I
wow.
didn't care.
Right. So I'm glad you were able to live to tell the story, Miss Keys. I'm glad you're able to. Yeah. So let me go into the relationship with your father, because you said that he was still present. And you couldn't tell what,
I'm
you
a
couldn't tell by
daddy's
the
girl.
dynamic. Yeah,
I
you're a
look like my
daddy's
mama,
girl.
but I'm a daddy's girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yes, I love it. I love it. And so what's some of the most fondest memories that you have with your dad?
My track meets, when my dad used to show up with the bag of oranges, and it's funny because I never ate the oranges because I couldn't eat when I ran track, but the rest of the track team got it, and they have those fond memories of my father. I knew he was going to show up with those oranges, and it was
Oh,
just, one of those things. Or I remember my dad, when he used to be stationed on the Great Lakes, and that was still Chicago's, that area is still close to where we were on the Indiana side. But I remember when I used to see him drive up, and he used to step out in his all white uniform from the Navy.
oh, okay,
Those are some
okay.
of my, yeah, my fondest memories from my dad. But like, all my memories, is because everything is special, because my dad is 91 years old.
No,
So
that's
every memory to
amazing.
me is
Wow.
so special,
That is
because
amazing.
I don't there wasn't a time he like wasn't there. I was a track star, so he was Yeah, him and my mom very, very present. So yeah.
And so what because I know a lot of times you, especially when you're a daddy's girl, you know that there's always friction between daughters and moms. So was that the case? No, was it the case for you and your
No,
mom?
I didn't have friction with my mother until
Older.
I was pregnant. I was a teen
Oh.
mom and I was pregnant, but it's not what you think. The friction was there because I was mad at my mom because I was a victim of rape and nobody asked me what happened. I was mad at my mom for what happened to me just because she she just accepted me being pregnant but never asked what
Like
happened. And
about
that's
your
not my
traumatic.
mother's fault or nothing, but it was just the fact that to her, when we had our conversation, it was like, girl, anyway, you got you got one, I got seven, my mama got 20.
Mm,
Who cares? It was just that type of
right.
acceptance
Dismissiveness.
into it
Mm,
versus
mm,
getting to the root of it. And so like I shut up for 7 years.
mm.
I still talk to her, but I wouldn't talk about
That.
that. Yeah, and so nobody knew until 7 years later.
Oh my goodness. Oh, can we please bookmark that? Because I definitely want to get back to that. By
Mhm.
the way, can we? I want us to bookmark that. Yeah. And I'm sorry that happened. By the way, yeah, I'm sorry to hear about
It's
that.
okay. It is what it
Yeah, but
is.
I definitely want to.
I still got that track scholarship. I still went to college. My son is amazing. He's amazing, amazing and kind human. So,
Yes, yes. Shout out to your son. Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, we definitely gonna talk about that though, because there's some key things I want to kind of discuss with you with when we get to that point. But so we're going into, like I said, the elementary, junior high school phase, because like I said, not enough is talked about because that those are pivotal times, and we don't really um a lot of times we don't understand the level of self-discovery that's involved in the elementary, junior high school phase. So I
Okay.
always have, so I want to know, like, I want to know
Okay.
more about, because we always discover like self-discovery, whether it's acne, puberty, humping in the staircase.
You still,
Yeah,
still
I like to use that one.
girl.
Yeah, I
I
like to use that one. So I just want to know, what was your experience between junior high and high school? Were you involved in any extracurricular
well, it was a big change. I get where you're
yeah,
going. It was a big change
extracurricular
for me
activities.
from
Yeah, and
it.
were you a shy girl, popular girl? Like, just kind of give me the
Okay. It was a big transition for me from elementary school to public school. I mean, to junior high school because I wanted to run track like my sister before me. So I went to a Lutheran elementary school. So I had to beg and cry and plead, snot nose crying everywhere to allow me to go to a public school, which is where
mm,
I was able to run track. However, getting to that public school, it was a big transition for me because when I got there, they didn't even look at my report card. They just kind of stuck me in the classroom with the rest of all the black kids, which is
so
we were in, and
you
it's
had
so crazy because the population of our
oh.
school 5% black, but you put me in this classroom and it was nothing but
So
black
was
students in the
segregation at
classroom.
that time, or you were that was segregation? Oh,
No, it was we were integrated, but there were still certain things that
yeah,
they
there
do.
was. It don't
Even
sound like
today,
it. Yeah.
they still do these things when they'll put all the black kids in one class, and it still happens. It's that. So when I got to their school, they put me in this class, and it was a math class. And when I looked at the paperwork, I'm like, I knew this in the third grade. And the classroom was so loud and it was so disruptive. I asked to go to the principal's office. I went down to the principal's office and I was like, I don't belong in this class. I do not belong here. Something is wrong. I was like, I know 5 + 5. I'm like, I was already on algebra. Something is
Oh,
wrong with this course. So they were like, well, that's where you belong. I said no, and I pulled out my report card. I didn't know that how this worked, but I knew I didn't belong there. So I pulled out my report card for the Lutheran school, and so I got placed into the other classes, and the other classes was more like my Lutheran school where I only had 1 or 2 black people up in my classes. And it's nothing against the other black students at all. It's not their fault. It's not anything. But I knew I
right.
was
You
I
didn't
was
want to get
raised
stuck where you didn't
I was
belong.
raised by an advocate.
Yeah,
So when it came, like I'm typically a quiet person until there's some injustice.
absolutely.
So like, no, we're not doing this. So I got removed out of it. So I had to fight that battle alone. But then, that caused some friction with some of the students in that class. One of the people, I was very close friends with one of the people, but her and I had never went to school together. And she was one of the people in that class. So she wanted to fight me after that. Fight me because that came off like I felt like I was too good, that type of stuff. But look, just because I went to that private school didn't mean I can't lay hands. So
don't get it twisted, right? Yeah,
so that's when I started getting into, I had to start fighting. I had to start doing other stuff. But once I started running track, a lot of people left me alone. But also once they found out I had these hands, they left me alone too.
Right.
Like,
right.
Okay. Yeah. Like I used to, because I learned the hard way fighting with my brothers. So
yeah. So you had no choice but to let them make them understand that don't let this fool you. Don't let right. So because I'm like, because why even the bully thing is just like, come on now.
No, yeah, I got threatened. I remember when I first started running track, I got threatened one time. It was like the third track meet. Somebody told me like, if I beat their sister, they're gonna beat me up. I said, well, both of y'all gonna get beat because I didn't lose that race.
So that's like F around and find out.
Okay. It's one of those moments. So that's how junior high school was to me. But at lunch, I was out there jumping double dutch with my friends on our lunch break, and then back to the books and back to the different classes.
Right. So did you hump in the staircase?
Huh?
Did you hump in the staircase?
No. I wasn't doing none of that.
She said no. I asked the men that, so I said ask the ladies that too. I said ask the men.
No, that's why what happened to me later on, that was something different. Wasn't none of that going on. So no, I was about my books and
yeah, she's like, no. Yeah, I didn't mean no offense, Miss Keeyes, because I could tell by your reaction.
I wasn't offended by that at all. Look, I was too busy being shocked by this girl at school that looked like my twin. Come to find out, she was my sister. So that's a whole different story.
Yeah, can you elaborate, please?
Well, she's my sister by my biological father. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So all right. So when did you find that out? I mean, around that time, around junior high?
Yeah. When I went home and I told my mama that this girl looked just like me. She said, "Oh, that's your sister."
Oh, okay.
Like it was nothing. She was like, "You don't remember?" But apparently we used to always be around each other when we were little, but I don't remember. But no, I started going over, their house and whatever. And I have other siblings.
Right. Okay, I was about to ask you that. Yeah. Oh, okay. So how many?
They're all younger. They're all younger than me.
So how many altogether you have? You said you know you have 7.
7 by my mom, and then 5 by my biological father.
Wow. Oh yeah. So you have a huge family unit. Yeah. So but
that became my best friend.
Yes. So I wanted to ask you. So, how was it like blending everyone in? Like, how was the merging process?
It wasn't no different. It's like anybody else. Like, you gotta understand, my house always had people rotating through it. So yeah, me and that sister became close because we were close in age. So we ended up being, very close. It wasn't
okay.
Yeah, to me in my life, weirder stuff I've seen weirder. So that wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I have other sisters too. Because my older sisters and siblings, they have a different father. Like I said, there was a 7-year gap from my mother's first marriage. There's other siblings there too. So it's no different than me. And here's the thing. I'm saying sister because we don't do that half and all that other stuff. So there's no difference for me.
Yes.
My other, I'm just doing it just for a distinction now. But Keela and all them, those are my sisters too. So.
And I love that.
There's no distinction.
Yes, I love that for all of you. Yes, I'm the same way. Like there's no halves here. Like my full blood siblings or my full blood siblings. Bottom line. So yes, I get exactly where you're coming from. So thank you for sharing that with me, as well as the junior high school, elementary memories as well. So what high school did you go to?
I went to Elson High School.
Elson High School. Okay, so now oh, okay. I forgot. I meant to ask you before we get right into high school. I want to know, what was your self-discovery process? What did you what was your self-discovery in elementary, junior high school, or did you remember at that time, the self
I think I
discovery?
was always self-aware at a very young
Yeah.
age.
Mm.
Yeah, from having older siblings. I think during junior high school, the biggest thing for me was I went through this big transition of my. There was, like I said, I was coming out of the crack epidemic, or whatever,
Mhm.
and it's not like my family was untouched from that. I had brothers that went to jail, all sorts of things then. So that was like the discovery then,
Got
seeing a
you.
lot of that, seeing the neighborhood. I'll say this, seeing the neighborhood ravished from where it used to be a middle class neighborhood to it being completely ravished by crack.
Mm.
That was, it
Yes.
didn't have anything to do with school, but going to school and staying focused while all of that was happening.
Got it. And so now when you get into transitioning into high school, what was the self-discovery process, at that time, transitioning into high school?
I was like, I became the true track star because I ended up being the person that I was the first person in my town that had won state outside of a swimmer from the 60s. Other people had went to state, but nobody had won state. And I'm talking about across all sports. So
Okay.
winning the state meet at 15 years old,
Nice.
more attention being on me, like all eyes were on me at all times then. Like it's carrying the weight of the city on me from then on. So, at one point I had a big friend group, but I was still a floater. Like I was the type of person I can go hang out with anybody. So yes, I had this one main big friend group, but I'm the type of person that I hung out with everybody as well.
Like it. Okay. So you're very
So
interpersonal.
yeah,
Okay, wonderful.
yeah,
And so you say that you was like this track star. Did you feel that pressure on you? You know?
absolutely.
Yeah. At the how
Absolutely.
did
It
you
was a whole lot of pressure. I mean, like I said, I felt like I was carrying the weight of the city and especially
right.
specifically the weight of the Black people in my city. So a lot of weight was put on me to be perfect. There were times like, I would try to go to like house parties and stuff like that. I will get there and people, I'm talking about older people, would be there at the party. And when I say older, it's like people that just graduated from high school. They'll come over to me and they'd be like, "Hey, you need to get up out of here. Stuff about to pop off."
Mm.
So,
Okay, so they
everybody
looked out for
kind of,
you.
yeah, they looked out for me, but it was also, we could be walking home from school and, and we have to, from my high school walking home, we would pass all the white neighborhoods before we got to the Black neighborhoods. So like when the police wanted to jump out and harass everybody, it was like they jumping out, they harassing people, then they look at me, they were like, "Oh, that's the track star. You
Mm.
good, go home."
Wow.
So seeing that, it was just kind of off, and I'm going home and I'm having these
Wow.
conversations with my mother, and
Wow. So the community was protective of you.
yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah. So when you during the times of track star, how did you juggle being a track star? Having that sporting extracurricular activity as well as academia. How did you manage or juggle both?
It was normal to me.
It was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a juggle. I'm a nerd. So
Right. Yeah, I know you be reading
yeah,
encyclopedias. Yeah, I
yeah,
forgot about
so
that. Yeah.
yeah, me, that was nothing to me. Like in the summertime, I used to play school for fun. So that was
Mhm.
that was no doing both. It was never a problem for me. I didn't see it as juggling. I saw that as normal.
You saw it as okay, the best of both worlds. Okay, no, I get it. So let me
Yeah.
ask you. So this is what I want to kind of now we get into the bookmark discussion. So because when did that shift for you? When did that shift happen?
That happened. It was my junior year when it happened. It was right before I went to the state meet like that year. It was an out of body experience. I blanked out and almost didn't recognize myself from that time period.
Mm,
Like I completely, like to me, it happened and I completely like shook it off and went about things as if normal. Like I didn't find out I was pregnant until I was 6 months. Like my body
mm,
didn't even process it, recognize it, or nothing. Like, I literally went for a physical for volleyball, and that's when I found out.
Wow. That is crazy.
And everybody, we know, me and the nurse, it was a licensed nurse practitioner. We were trying to figure it out how, and she just broke down crying because like everybody in the city knew me.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she was just like, you get I started getting the judgment from adults then of being a statistic, of being all this other stuff. And, I just let them, at that point, I just let them feel think whatever they wanted to think. I didn't care. I didn't care what nobody else think. My focus was, okay, you told me that this baby is due in December. All right, bet. I know that's winter break. I go back to school. I could still run track. I'll be fine when conditioning starts. That's like where my brain immediately went.
So it was just like for you, it was just like, okay, well, okay, this is a fragile time in my life, but it's still gonna be business as usual once everything takes place. It
was fragile, but it was so normal in the community for stuff like this to happen to.
Okay.
I've seen teen moms. I've seen other stuff, I've seen other stuff happen to other girls, but we weren't processing it as really rape at the time. We're like, this stuff happens. And
so you thought, so that's,
I was angry. I was angry.
Because I was going to say,
I was mad at the world, but I was also determined.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. And so, when this whole thing, as I don't want to go too much into it, I don't want you to, revisit that, but I just was curious about like your reaction towards it, and was there any charges pressed? Like what
you have to talk in order for charges to be pressed. I didn't speak for 7 years.
Oh, right.
I didn't talk about it for 7 years. Like, I just act like it didn't happen.
So he wasn't held. He wasn't accountable for it.
No, but years later, when I wrote Rise and Fall of a Track Star, some other people reached out to me and let me know that he did the same thing to them. And that book helped them when I wrote it, and it let them feel like they weren't alone. Some people from my hometown told me that it happened to them as well. So,
oh, so wonderful. So you wrote a book based on it. So that was inspiring for others to speak out. So they kind of gave you, when I say that their voices work through you, or you work through them. I'm trying to piece it together. Like you gave them their voice.
Yeah, it was just a blip in that book. It wasn't about that, but I talked about it in there. So
right, but that's what I'm saying. But you still gave them. That's what they needed, to give them their voices. So that's why I was wondering now. That person, no, I won't even call him.
I don't know nothing about him. I don't care.
Okay.
That ain't my cross to bear. That's something that
I don't even want to call him a person. No, I don't want to even give the satisfaction to call him a him.
No, it doesn't define. It don't define nothing about me. I don't dwell on it. I've been to therapy. I'm good.
Okay. I'm glad you're good, but don't just gloss over that, Omegia, because it's not something that.
No, but this is the thing is I'm 51 years old. Almost 51 this month. I've worked through it. I'm good. So it's like, you may think it's glossing over, but we've already been down this road numerous times. So
Miss Stevie. That's Miss Stevie. I don't know if you were able to see the comments or not.
Yeah, I see it. Yes.
Okay. Hey. And she's loving your red lip.
Oh, thank you.
So but I'm just glad you was able to rise above it. But let me if you don't mind me asking, Omegia, let me ask you, what made you decide to move forward with the pregnancy? Because most people,
I didn't find out till I was 6 months pregnant. It wasn't no choice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
By the time I found out, and my family, they don't believe in adoption. My mama took care of strays all the time. And like I said, my mama, her thing with it was like, girl, please, you got, okay, and you got one, and
right.
That at the end of the world, like she's still doing everything she wanted to do at the time that was possible. I still go do what is no, okay.
So
you still go and be successful.
So you said you were silent for 7 years. So when you did decide to bring break that silence? Like, what was the response like for you? Was your mom still dismissive? Was your mom
Oh no,
like,
I snapped out. It was a particular situation that made me snap the hell out. One of my sisters, she went out of her way to, because my people knew once my son got older who the father was.
oh, did
It
they?
was it was obvious. So they went out of their way. One of my other relatives got in touch with him and did this whole thing, contacted my sister to have him, meet my son. And it's like
Wait a minute. Without you knowing?
a lot of things. Hey, when you the youngest, you're still treated like a baby.
Yeah, yeah, but still,
So by
that's
this
still,
time I was in the
yeah,
military, I
that's
was home, visiting. He showed up. I lost it.
right.
And yeah, I lost my mind and everything. So that's when everything come out. But it also, at that time, I had been treating one of my brothers a little differently, and like so, all of that came. It was a moment that my brother found out why I had distanced myself from him, because he was the same skin tone as
Mm,
that person, and
master.
I didn't know that I had subconsciously started treating my brother
Projecting.
differently
Mm.
because of it. Yeah. But so like it was a big he and my brother was more hurt at finding all of this out at that time than anything. And so that's what pulled me out of the rage and losing my mind, seeing my brother cry.
Mm.
But I had
Mm.
no, it was not pretty.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, you had all. I mean, like I said, you had all of that. 7 years. That is
Yeah.
a long time. I mean, to not
And,
eat, to just accumulate all of that anger, emotions, hurt,
and you have to
all of those
understand,
things.
I was the quiet sibling. The only person back then that I would argue with my brother is my brother Maurice. Me and Maurice because Maurice used to antagonize and we used to fight. So that's the only person I had even ever raised my voice with. So when I tell you I cussed out everybody and the whole
Mm.
block, probably the whole neighborhood probably heard me. I look, I can do a read, baby. I can do the dozens. And I went down the
Oh, I wish I
list,
could. Oh, you.
down the list. Everything I thought, felt, yeah.
Yeah, usually everyone have it.
Yes.
Wow. So Omega. So how old were you at the time when you had your son?
I was 17.
So you were 17. So let me go into how did you manage as a teen mom, and just kind of I want you to kind of.
I didn't have to. My mother.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
didn't have to. It was
So you
like I
and oh,
did.
that's why you're still able to keep it moving. Okay.
Yeah, because I got a
Oh,
scholarship to college. I did all of the other stuff. My mother and my older sister Hazel stepped in to help
be that support
along the way.
system.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know they was like, look, you're going to move forward with your.
But I do
Okay.
want to say this. I suffered from what is it? After you have a baby post
Postpartum.
I suffer from postpartum really bad, and I want to shout out to my niece Angie, because Angie's like a sister to me. That first year with my son, I had no connection. Like I wouldn't
Mm,
hold him, I wouldn't do anything. I would push him away from me.
yeah,
Angie
yeah.
stepped in and was giving him the love and everything that he needed, but it was because I was scared I was going to hurt him.
Mm.
Like I was so scared that if I ever touched him, that
I
I was
was
going to
thinking,
harm him.
Omega, you know what I was thinking, that the reason why you didn't have that connection also because you being so young, and also what
No,
how he's
it
perceived, how he's
No,
perceived.
absolutely.
So
It was
yeah,
all of it. I
yeah,
had definitely some mental issues going on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, understandably so.
Yeah.
And so you move forward. So with the help of with your mom and your sister, you were able to move forward with with the scholarships. And what college did you go to?
I went to Indiana State.
Indiana State, and studying what?
Pre-law.
Oh, really? And why?
Because I was a nerd. Because I didn't know that going into to science or all of that stuff was an option. So I only knew about lawyers and doctors and stuff like that. So
So
pre-law
would
it
you?
was. But I
Oh,
wanted to be an advocate for helping disenfranchise. I seen too many black people being locked, black men being locked up, black boys being
Yes.
locked up. So I wanted to be able to help. And so that's why I did it.
Okay, because I was going to ask you, would it be fair to say, like, if you weren't in the space that you're in right now in the industry, would that be your occupation if you wasn't in film?
No, I
Like a
found
filmmaker?
out once I got into it that I hated it. I
Okay.
loved the knowledge of it, but I absolutely hated everything about it.
Everything
It's,
about
and,
it.
and it's and it's
Yeah.
because they kept trying to push me into. I was one of the few black people in these classes because they tried to stick me into criminology, but they tried to stick me on to being like that I would be court appointed or lawyer or working at, they were trying to push me more into corrections and stuff like that. And that's not where I wanted to
Yes,
be.
but that's not the field you wanted. Oh, yes,
No.
yes.
So that just made me hate it. So that's why when I graduated, I went to the military.
Okay, so when you graduate, so you got a law. I mean, what degree did you have? What
It's pre-law,
It was
bachelor's.
pre-law. It was back. Okay.
Bachelor of science. It's still
Okay. Because I know I was asking because I didn't know whether you changed your major or not. That's why I asked.
No, I didn't change my
Yeah.
major. I just hated it.
You just you just endured it until the end. Well,
Yeah.
no, congratulations. Well, congratulations for you sticking it out, Omega, even though it was not something you wanted to do, but you stuck it out. Okay, and you said you went, and so in the military, what branch?
I went into the Air Force first, but then I finished up in the Army.
And okay, so what made you decide to make that transition? Because that is
I didn't know when I went into the Air Force that I could have went in as an officer.
Okay.
So,
right, because you there's a special. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know I could have went in as an officer. So then I found the loophole and I switched over to the Army.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to OCS and everything from there. So.
And what was your rank? What did you leave with? What rank did you leave with?
Technically an E6 by way of captain. It's a whole other story that I'm not about to get into behind.
No, right. We don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, that's a whole different monster. Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to establish, the chronological thing, trying to establish, what led up to, the different phases in your life. So I'm interested in that, and I love to hear it. So yeah, I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued, Omega. That's all. I'm so
no, that's fine. Just not going too deep into that side. Yeah.
Right. No, I get. I don't want to get deep. Yeah. But I'm so proud of you. To be able to be that inspiration to especially being from a teen mom and just unfortunately being a teen mom due to those traumatic events that happen, and to still be able to move forward.
It's called a support system.
Yeah, support system, and that too. Of course, I mean that goes without saying. You can't do it alone. You cannot do this alone.
No.
So let me challenge you real quick, Omega. I'm going to challenge you to speak to these speak to the high school girls. And we got some high school students. They're somewhere around, but they're high school students. And I'm talking about women and men, high school, because we have young men in the same space with you as well, same space with us. So can you do a little bit of pouring into those students who are in high school and may have some of the self-discoveries that you have, and they are trying to figure themselves out. They are having these experiences. Some of them are teen parents as well. So can you just kind of do a little pouring into those students?
Yeah, one of my biggest things is like what I'll tell my own children, my boys growing up. They're adults now, but don't be a follower. Don't go with what you want. I don't care if it's something as simple as y'all going to the movies with a group of people. You want to see one movie and they want to see everything else. Go see the movie you want to see. Be that individual. Don't be scared to speak up for yourself. Stand up for what's right, even when it's hard. And don't ever feel like you can't get it done no matter what your circumstances are. Find a way to make it happen. You guys are in the age of technology.
Yes.
Use it to your advantage. And, that's what I say there. If you have a baby, so what? You're not the first and you won't be the last. Yeah, make it happen. Use the tools.
Yes.
Use the tools at your disposable disposal to make it happen. There's programs out there to help you, whatever, make it through. I remember I used to be one of the kids that used to be in the DARE program, going to the schools and talking. And then I just remember when I was pregnant, they snatched me up out of it. Like, oh my gosh, I'll put a stain on it. I was like, if anything,
wow,
I was kind of more the person that they need to see, because I'm still doing it, but whatever, sucks for them. Yeah. But no,
right.
just don't,
yeah, they just
don't,
yes.
yeah. And I would say this: stop letting people who aren't doing what you want to do talk you out of it, because people will talk you out of doing something. If I was you, well, glad they not.
Right. Well, like exactly, you're not me. Right. There we go.
Yeah, hold on to that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that. So now we're talking about now you going into the military, and so what key things, okay, so going from high school, track star, scholarship, pre-law, military. So what are can you give us some of the key things that you learned so far at that time that you carry with you doing those transitions in your life?
I don't know. I was always headstrong and I did what I wanted to do. So I don't.
Yeah, it seemed like it. Like you just.
It's hard to say like what I carried with me, because it was already
in me instilled
from a very young age. Like I said, my mother was an advocate. She fought for voting rights. She fought for all this stuff. So I can't say what I carried with me from those experiences into the military. I just know I continued speaking up for myself, speaking up for others. And just, I was just so focused on being the best at whatever I was doing.
It was. Right. Yeah. And thank you for your services.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And so now, we're going, coming from the military, and what did you do right after that?
Right after I left the military?
Yes. Pay bills?
Huh? No. The film industry?
Oh, so you right. It's okay. All right, that's good. Good segue. Good segue. Thank you for that. Yes. Yeah. So, because I want to know, like, how did you get in the film industry? Because I know sometimes it's not always, when it comes to the film industry, it's always, it's up and down. So I was wondering, in between, would you have any odd job in between jobs?
Well, let me backtrack a little bit. I became an author while I was in the military.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I was an author when I was military. It was an outlet to, because the military is crazy. So I use it as an outlet, to not think about some of the things that were happening in the military.
Of course.
And then I became a book publisher myself, where I had those other.
So you self-published?
Yeah, but I self-published 50 other authors as well.
So. Oh, you really?
Yes, I said I was the book publisher. So.
Oh, okay. All right. So can you tell me? Okay.
The company first.
Okay. Thank you for that. Another segue, Omega. Thank you. So you just giving it to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you're just helping me for the flow. We're flowing so well here, because I really need to know. Like, okay. So you started writing in the military. Can you tell me what was that first book you worked on? What was the name of the book?
Passion Playmates. It was completely opposite of what I was doing in the military.
Oh, got you. And so how did it become you? Because I know sometimes, you don't want to deal with the middleman when it comes to publishing, because you know how grimy that can be. So what made you decide to say, you know what, not only am I going to start writing, I want to do this on my own, and I want to do it for others.
My first book was traditionally published, but since I wasn't a known name, I had to do a lot of the work. And so since I was doing all the work anyway and figuring out how things went, I was married at the time. My mother-in-law, she also had a book. And since I had my book published, she wanted me to publish hers. And it was like, okay, well, let me figure this out. Put the nerd hat on.
Yeah. How did you figure it out? Like, how did that,
I just researched everything on the internet. I just researched it and figured it out.
Wow. Just like that.
Yeah. Like I figured it out through research, and hey, lo and behold, 50 other authors came behind, and I continued publishing my own through that as well. Became a best-selling author. Yeah. So
can you give us some cliff notes of what you learned about as far as the publishing side? Go from starting the writing process into the publishing process. Just give us a little bit of cliff notes of how that process works. Just can you do that?
It was right when ebooks were becoming a thing.
Gotcha.
So I took that on first. It was before, let me say, this is when it was very Small unknown. It was funny because I literally had in the military, we were going through the system of stop being paper to paperless. So to me, it was the same process. Um, I don't know how to explain it.
I know it's hard to. I know, right? That's why I said if you're able to kind of like give a little bit of bullet points, kind of just give like a broad idea if you can, because I know it's hard. I understand. I
Yeah,
just because I've always because
I
I'm
don't
fascinated by
know.
it.
I don't know because I used to create documents on steps on how to do it.
Right, right.
Like now, because you're talking about 2029 and we're in, I mean, 2009.
1919. No, not
Yeah,
2009. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
2009.
And
Yeah, and
nine.
I'm so far removed from that process. Like I can't even think of, yeah, even though I'm publishing books today, I mean, get a book, edit it, format it. It's because I already write in this style that it needs to be. But with me helping other writers, I would give them the template that they needed to follow to make their corrections and stuff like that. Like I would
Got
give them
you.
a guide to work with to make it through. But one of the biggest things that I learned of being a publisher, everybody is not going to want it like you want it. And I started flourishing when I started cutting all those authors out because I was going to all the book signings, all the festivals, and I'm bringing all these books along, and I'm promoting their stuff, I'm promoting my stuff. And then it was like, it can just be me and I could just start writing up under different names. So that's why I have so many pen names.
No wonder. So is that RK? Is that you?
RK
RK?
Watts, Rebecca K. Watts,
Yeah, yeah.
Cynthia D. Bates, a bunch of other names. I started writing up under all these different names because those people weren't doing what it was. And I'm like, I'm not going to keep on pushing y'all when I could push myself under these different categories and have all these different genres for myself. And like, that's what I learned. Like people, they wouldn't even show up to book festivals when I'm paying for everything. I'm like, I'm paying for everything and you're not even going to show up. So it was like that. Those are the lessons that I learned. And that's some of the lessons that I learned, with filmmakers. A lot of people talk, but they don't want to do the work. They want somebody else to do the work for them. People come to me every day. Hey, I got this idea. And I'm like, okay, it's an idea. That's nice. You have an idea.
Right. Present.
I can't do nothing with an idea.
Right.
And I'm not going to do the work. If you being successful is contingent on me doing the work, good luck, because it's not happening.
Got you. And I'm glad you're able to establish those boundaries. You have to know, what your intentions are and just stand 10 toes down in it. So yes, I love that. Yeah. So because because you seem like you always been that no nonsense type. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna this is how it's gonna work, and you execute. You have this. That's what I mean. I just see that you just have this way of executing, and it's just so yeah, I love it. Yeah. It's so inspiring. Yes,
as my oldest brother Robert would say, you don't listen to nobody and don't ever stop.
Yes, stay in your lane, Omegia, stay in your lane. That's right.
Whatever lane I choose to be in is my lane.
Got you. And so you went from writing the books, you're publishing, and then how did it transition from that into film? Did you make one of your books into film at first? Did it start?
That's what I started. I intentionally started writing books that I knew that I wanted to be scripts first. I didn't know I was going to be a director. I didn't know any of that. I just knew I'm going to start writing these books that I'm going to flip over to scripts. My intention was to sell scripts. That's what I thought I was going to do. But as soon as I stepped on a film set, I said, this is what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah, okay. And piggyback off of that, because you just lit up when you just said that just now. Because the passion, because you had the passion from the beginning. Because we already went there. As a child, you was writing scripts from under the table. So you was doing plays already. So we get that part. But Omegia, I'm wanting to know when you started doing film and once you got into that space, what color did you start to see? What color did you see?
I didn't see any colors. I always see all colors. So in 2013, when I stepped on the, it was the fall of late fall, almost before they took their break, late fall going into winter. It was a new show coming about. It was a spinoff of the Vampire Diaries. It was the originals. They needed some extras as witches. And I showed up. somebody as a stand-in didn't show up and they needed a Black person to do it. I got selected. So that from then on, I was really behind the scenes and got to see all the progress. So me and my little red notebook that I had with me, notes, 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 all things filmmaking, plus writing other scripts and things at the same time in between. But that's where it started. But it was just the organization of it. It wasn't about being on camera ever. It was about the machine behind it.
Yes. And that's what I mean though when I say what color did you see? I know like I have it's like a kind of a deep what I mean by that is when you get into that space. I mean and it even goes not just for the filmmaking alone, but the writing as well. When you like you just there's little things like putting a pen to paper and your thought process behind you having the desire, having an idea and
I
just
get what you're saying, but I have
manifestation.
a gift
That's what I
that I
meant.
actually do see color. So that's why I said
You
I'm
do it.
always seeing
See
color.
your color. Okay.
I am a
All right.
gifted, that's a whole other
Mhm. Mhm.
thing to talk about. But yeah, I have that little gift and I see colors all the time. So it means two different things for us.
Yes,
So
yes. Yeah, that's what just make sure that because that's what I came from. I just always wanted to kind of get a feel when I speak to other filmmakers. I want to kind of get the idea of where it all where it all comes from and how it's manifested because everyone's manifestation process is not the same. So that's why I wanted to kind of dig that from you, kind of pick your brain about that. But let me I just want to know like I want to get more into the day in a life of how you get the process started. So can you walk me through this?
built for this pressure. I don't
Yeah, I don't want you two to piss me off, so I want to play the music, but just kind of like where does your mind go? Where's your mind take you when you kind of get into this space right here?
oh shoot, it starts way before that, the planning and the organization of getting to that. Um, having working through the budget, like with the script, I break it down to know like what the budget is going to be first, how many locations we're going to need, getting that together, knowing what equipment we need because I'm a studio, so I have all the equipment
Okay,
that we use. Most of the times, my DP that I have, he has equipment too, but for the most part, I have it. If you don't have it, I have it, is one of those type things. But the organization, the machine behind it is, but it's like, it got me over here
it's a
grinning.
yeah, it's again,
But
it's like
yes,
yeah, because you're
I
like
want
a
to say
monster with it. Yeah,
this is her secret obsession that we were just filming last month. So, getting the schedule, getting the crew together, the cast, that bunch of emails flying around the locations, getting everybody on task on schedule. But I've been doing this for a while, so it's a machine already built behind it. So they know, like they knew before I said, "Hey, let's go," that we were already going because I have a film slate and I'm like a couple of films ahead already. So they already have these dates throughout the year to know what's happening. But now the team takes on a lot of they know their jobs and they take on those things. For example, like my wardrobe department, they already know, they break down their stuff to know what outfits go with what scenes. Makeup knows what the hair, what the look is per scene, and all of this that stuff. Like, I don't know, it's like trying to break
yeah,
down filmmaking. It's like, but
yeah.
also it's the business side
It's a
of it,
whole
making
beast.
sure
Yeah,
it's the business side. And a lot of people think it's like,
yeah.
oh, we just show up and we shoot. No, I plan out every single scene by hour of the day that we're going to shoot. I know a lot of people, they pass it off to the AD team, but I have to do it for myself because I'm actually on one of the cameras. So I have to physically know how long is it going to take me. I can't put that on somebody else to know how long it's going to take me to get something done because I'm realistic. Because I'm also working and we're not going over the budget of having to pay extra for this location, stuff like that. So I have a million things going through my head when it's the
Of course,
preparation for
it's so
getting on
much.
set and making it
And
happen.
and so that was behind the scenes of Her Secret Deception. That was the movie.
Her
Is
secret
that
obsession. Yeah.
is that streaming now?
No, we just started filming last
Oh, you
month.
just started filming. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have an idea when it's gonna air or you're not
No, we have another portion of that to film because that's a vertical thing. So it's it's a longer project. So Yeah, that one's not to
Okay.
December. Right now, we have the premiere for Rogue this month, and Rogue will be releasing around that same time, you know.
Okay, got
So,
you.
but Rogue we filmed in February. So typically we filmed in February. It releases between 3 to 4 months later. That's typical turnaround because I have to also edit and then get it
Yes.
out for distribution and everything like that. And I do edit my own films.
Wow. Ooh. Whole nother beast. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, shout out to you. Yeah, so now, oh, I forgot to even mention the clip that y'all saw, you guys, in the beginning, that was called Unthinkable, South LA Nightmare. I forgot to mention that, by the way. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so
that's
please make
okay.
sure you check that out. I wanted to make sure that I played that out
Well,
there. And I'm only
the South LA Nightmare is not out yet. It is that'll be out July.
July.
July or
Okay.
August. Yeah, that's something that's out for distribution. But the other part, the Unthinkable, Lonnie Frank, the Grim Sleeper, that one's out there. Unthinkable is an ongoing anthology, but they're all standalone segments covering
Got
different
you.
serial killers. If you know the other side of me, to anybody else that's listening, I used to have a true crime podcast.
Mm,
And I used to do that as well in between filmmaking. So I turned those stories into full out research. I already did the research, honestly, from the podcast, but putting it on
right.
film,
Got you.
filmed it,
Yeah.
which, in a couple of days, we're back on set filming segments for the next 2 installments.
Whew. Yeah, all right. Rock on
Told
with
you,
your
baby,
bad
I don't
self.
stop.
Yeah, I see. I see. I'm like, you are just like I said, a whole well-oiled
I
machine.
told
So
you I am,
that's
I
amazing.
have a studio, so it's not the same as just having a production or being a filmmaker.
Right,
We
right.
have consistent projects coming and going.
And so let me ask you this because I know you do everything on your own. So do you have any type of like sponsorships or any financial support when you're doing these projects?
No, one film funds the other.
Got you.
That's where I am.
All right.
It took a while
Mm.
to get there, but I when I first got into filmmaking, it was the books that funded the films. And
Yes, yes.
I wasn't afraid to get out there in Uber. I
Mhm.
went back into corporate America.
Ah, I
Lord
can
Jesus.
imagine. I can
I
imagine.
went back into the HR side of things, and well,
I know you felt
the
like,
pay is great, but it
yeah,
was draining the life up out of me. But
yes.
I was balancing it well though, but I'm thankful to be away.
Right, I
And
know, but
yeah.
you still have to pay some bills. You still have to pay some bills in between because, like I said before, sometimes, it kind of fluctuates sometimes, so you have to
Yeah, it
yeah.
does, but I have a husband, so there's that.
Oh,
And he
okay.
does. So,
Yep,
yeah,
no, duly noted. Okay, I
yeah,
totally get it. So, yeah,
yeah.
so, speaking of that, how was your work-life balance, though, when you have to, manage family life and, professional?
Well, when I got with my husband, when we got together 10 years ago, those were one of the things that he knew up front. Like some of our first dates were on film sets. Like
Really?
I was working on a film set, like I was doing set design on one film set, and I just had him meet me up there one day. Like the people were actually filming in my house, and I was actually doing the set design for them there. And it was just like, okay, well, you about to learn this side of me. If you're gonna be with me, you're gonna learn this
Right,
side of me.
welcome to my world. Mhm,
Yeah.
gotta
And I just
mhm.
made sure that all of that was known like up front. This is who I am. I'm not dimming my light for you or for anyone else. I was single, I had been married before, and then I was single for 6 years prior to us being together. Like I didn't look, this is what it is. And thankfully I just have that type of person that like he loves this side of me. He loves it and he doesn't mind. He know that, if I'm up in this office and he's off work, he's cooking food and making sure I'm eating because
Oh,
sometimes when I get
yes,
into the zone, like I know how to cook
yes,
and to
yes.
do all of that.
Mhm.
But when I'm in the zone, especially like if I'm editing or we're in the middle of filming and I'm trying to get the schedules and everything together, he'll slide in, give me a kiss on the cheek, give me some food.
Aw, yes, I
Yeah, no,
love
my
that.
husband is amazing when it comes to that. I mean, and a lot of people, a lot of people can't handle that because in this industry, I'm around
Yes,
a lot of men. My my producer Tobias and my first AD. We are spending a lot of time together making things work. We're on calls on or online trying to work and make things happen, or me with anybody else on the team. So, but my husband, he knows.
Yeah, because
It's
he's securing himself and in his marriage. He
yeah,
knows.
he's very,
Yeah.
and he's part of it. He's very supportive. Oh, you did ask about the support system. He has, he is a silent producer, as well. Like if I need anything extra, he's like, don't worry about it, I got it. So
Nice.
he
I
does
love
he
it.
does come in the clutch. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes,
because
and it still
sometimes
works.
with films, like we'll even say like for Donors. Donors was filmed in 2024. It wasn't released until 2025 on the big streamers until July. And so that's still going through the cycle. So sometimes it takes so long to be paid out from films, which is why I have moved into the zone of like, we're not doing one film and then we're waiting. Even though I filmed last year, I did start Unthinkable and we did do Donors After Dark after. So those were other projects, but they were not feature films and things like that. So now it is, I've closed the gap. I've gotten to the point where I could close the gap where I don't have to wait for all the film money to come back from off of one project in order for us to move forward, because I finally caught up to where it's coming consistently.
Right, back to back.
So I can go, I'm trying to do 4 to 5 projects a year.
Ooh. Go ahead, Miss Tyler Perry. All right, now.
Look, I worked on enough of these sets to learn. Yes.
Yeah. And so now we talk about work-life balance, and you mentioned that your son is doing well. Like what is he into?
I have 3 sons now.
3 sons.
They're all grown. They're grown, so they're into their lives. That's what they're into. They're grown, living their lives.
They're doing their own thing.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
My youngest is in college. My oldest son, he's in Indiana. He's working at a good company, but he's also creative. He's finding his creative journey right now as well. He shares some of the stories that he writes. He's very creative.
Nice.
I can't wait to help him tell some of his science fiction. Like, I'm so excited once we get to that point, but he has to finish it in order for me to do it. So
right.
But that's one of the
you have to come with something. Yeah.
You have to come with it. So yeah, and he's helped, like all of my sons have helped on the film sets at one point or another. But my youngest has helped on it more than the others, because he's had an eye since he was like 10, because he helped on the documentary From Jim to James Crow 10 years. No, yeah, it was in 2017. Yeah, when I did that, and he helped me interview some people, and he helped on the camera. Yeah.
Nice.
And that was just because he was sitting there watching. He was like, "Can I do it?" Yep, you absolutely can.
Yes, let's make it a family affair. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the oldest one, he's great on camera too. Yeah.
He's great on camera. Okay. Yeah. Did they ever aspire to be in the field that you're in?
And that's what I'm saying. My oldest one, he was in the military.
There's one thing to be in it now. No, reason I'm asking that question. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut you off. No, reason why I asked that question, because it's one thing to, kind of be in it because, as a support system for you, but do they want to do it for themselves? It's whole nother.
No, that's what I'm saying. My oldest son, he is, he's still working a job, but he wants to do it and wants to help. He wants to. Yes.
Okay, that's what I was. Okay.
Whatever he just haven't taken the big leap yet. But no, my youngest son, he's like, I'll work with you when I'm there, but he'd be like, the days are so long. But no, he's in college, and he's into being a game system design. So yeah, and the middle one, he's in the Army now. So
okay. So okay, and so in your footsteps there. Okay, what's his rank now?
He's a specialist now.
E4. Okay, got you. So let me get more. I want to learn more about your AboutFace media. How did it all start out, and just kind of give us like a rundown of what's going on here.
Yes, AboutFace Media, of course. AboutFace Military. Yeah. That is me in a nutshell. It started with my web series, which was Donors, back in 2015. We created the web series. I didn't plan on it being a whole company at the time, but I just wanted to tell series of the web series of donors. You know, it was the backstory of the actual donors books that I wrote. You know, just made it up. This is not the web series. This is the actual true series, not the web series. Yeah, that's the new stuff right there. So yeah, completely different, but all part of the stuff. No, it started back in 2015 when I was interviewing directors to film it, and I realized in interviewing those people to be directors that, number one, I knew way more than they did. And when they got to being snarky and asking me what are my credentials, I'm like, baby, yes, you said it. They said it to the wrong person. I was like, oh, I can show you better than I can tell you. The whole company was built, and I never stopped.
All right. I mean, that's I said that you ain't say nothing but a word. You ain't say nothing. You know, say less. All right. I'll let you know my credentials are. I'll let you know what I'm working with. So how did this come about, Omegia? How does this come about? This company here, like
it came about literally from me being challenged that I couldn't do this, like that I would never get this done, that me being a woman, a Black woman, that this isn't going to happen. That's how it came about. And I said, okay, watch
Don't believe me, just watch.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you just basically open the door for yourself. Yeah. Right, because you open the door for yourself. Yes.
Yeah. And I was literally looking to hire someone. I was looking to hire a team, and he acted a fool. And then once we got on, I didn't hire him. I ended up directing myself. But then when we got on set, I had a DP that showed up 3 hours late. And once he got there, he was like, oh, okay, we can get started. Sir, we're wrapping this location. What are you talking about? He's like, what do you mean you're wrapping? I was like, sir, did you think I had this camera?
Right. I mean, did you remember what time it was be there? You know?
Yeah. But did you think I own this camera for play?
Right. I had a camera. Right.
So I already got everything I needed. So people failing me elevated me. So that's how it started. And I had already, from working on those other film sets, I learned how to run camera because I was there so much. You know, I asked questions. I wanted to know, how do I do this? You know, working on shows for 3 seasons, and I worked with a lot of the crew from show to show to show, or feature or movie and stuff like that, because they used to ask for me. So I move when they moved.
Gotcha.
To different shows. And so like I learned, you know, when you're next to the cameraman all the time, you just start be like, how you do this? How you do this? And they'll be like, you want to do it like this? And I'll ask the DP, you know, or the assistant DP, you know, about some of the lighting setup. Like I'm in their face. You know, why not ask the questions?
Right, exactly. Like, yeah, let me use me for your purpose. Oh, yes.
Yeah, and they lit up when asked about this stuff, you know, to be able to teach at the same time. So that's how I learned.
So when you look at so kind of like putting all that, kind of wrap this up in a nice little bow, like how is it when you actually view your work from the outside looking in, and you kind of, you know, see your finished product? Like what type of feeling? I mean, I just want to get it from your own words. You know, like what type of feeling do you get when you see it happening? When you see like the whole thing just come at you, but your work coming at you.
Like, wow, on to the next, because I'm already ahead of everything. Because I know.
You need time to.
I don't. The premiere is when I process.
Okay.
When I have the premieres, that's when I process. When I see everybody watching the film, like I think Donors was the one where it really, really hit me, because, you know, we sold out 2 theaters. It was really big. It was my passion project. It was, you know, from my best-selling books that came to life. That's when it really hit me, like, wow, we're doing this. And I'm like, already like, all right, so Donors After Dark, we're filming this on the next weekend. But
yeah, you have to take it all in.
I know. Yes, I do in the moment, but I'm always still like I said, I'm a studio, so I'm always on the schedule of I'm down the road. But I also, the other part of me is I have the voices in my head hollering at me all the time.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to, you know, kind of, you know, because that's one of the things I wanted to ask you.
You're
like,
not understanding me, Faith. When I say I have the voices in my head, I'm not talking about creative voices. I'm a medium, so I got these spirits.
Oh, okay. Oh,
all
okay,
the
okay,
time. So like it is hard when I try to take those down moments,
okay, got you.
they get
Okay.
the hooting and hollering and all this other stuff. So it's like, all right, let me just do what I need to do.
Oh, okay,
It's rare that
okay.
I take downtime. I take some, like, I go on vacations and stuff like
Okay, that
that,
was my next question. Like,
but
okay.
they get to act like time I get back, they're showing out. It's like, oh, okay, now we're gonna throw all this stuff at you at once, and you need to get it done. Like sometimes they'll torture me at nighttime if I'm
Mm,
not doing
mm.
what I need to do. They will torture me all night long.
Oh goodness. And how do and how do you,
I
you
was
know,
born with
take
it. I
advantage?
don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
I was this. I was born with it.
Like how
That's
you,
all.
like I said, I'm like, how do you keep them tame? That's what I wanted to ask you.
Oh, I cuss them out.
Oh.
I do. I cuss them out. I cuss them out. Like we have an ongoing cussing out session. They know when I cuss them out, they back off.
And, and so like what other than like traveling, what else do you do in your downtime, self-care? Like how do you approach that? How does that look to you? What does that look like?
Me writing is self-care. Though for me, it's being able to follow my dreams and everything. That's self-care for me. Yeah, I don't consider going to get my nails done, hair done. That's not self-care. That's
I
getting on
mean,
my
that's
nerves. It's
routine.
not
I mean,
relaxing to me.
right.
None of
No,
yeah,
right,
it's
right.
not that, but no, I take vacations here and there, and that's about it. I mean, I took
Okay.
2 vacations last year. That's
Oh,
big for
well,
me.
congratulations.
I know, but that's for me,
Uh-huh.
that's big. I am a high overachiever. So for
Yes.
me, that's a lot. I feel like if I'm not doing something, like if I do something in the morning and in the evening I'm not, I feel like I haven't done enough. So that's something I have to wrestle with inside myself a
Yes.
lot too.
Yeah, because sometimes I think if you you have too much downtime, you feel like there's a void that you have to fill. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, stop
Yeah.
that. You know,
But
it
that's
don't
just me.
always have to
I'm
be
not
that
like,
way.
I can't take what my normal is and compare it to nobody else.
Got you. No, I know, I understand that, but I just want you to be aware that it is okay to kind of soak it all in and also have time. Have
I
me
do it my
time.
way, but I'll have to always I
It's
also
okay.
understand that even when I ran track and stuff like it's the same thing. I take it in my own way.
Okay. All right.
How I respond to stuff is not necessarily how everybody else is going to respond to stuff, and I can't force myself to fit into those modes because all it does is make me feel weird. I'm like, that ain't me.
Got you. Yeah,
So
because we don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah, we definitely don't want to keep you from you. That's not.
yeah,
No, absolutely not. But no, but I thank you for sharing. You share so many gems with us, so I do want to appreciate that. I really do. I mean, because I mean, and the fact that you're able to kind of do it all and still remain centered, so something is working. It's working for you. So we don't want to take that from you at all.
yeah,
So I
yeah. It's
appreciate
me. I
that.
can't. I can't
Yeah.
do nobody else. I've always been. I don't know if it's because I was a student athlete and
Yeah.
or what, but this has always been me.
Right, and it works for you, yeah. And I mean, hey, like I said, it's working because we have all of this, all of these projects, all of these genius pieces, these masterpieces that as results of that. So,
Look,
hey,
53,
you can't be
53
mad.
books, 17 films so far. Working on
Mhm.
18, 19, and 20. So,
Can't touch that. Okay, I'm gonna give it a try. I won't even try to. All right, but Omega, I want to have some fun with you. I mean, it's been fun so far, but I want to play this to the segment, okay?
okay.
And it's called This or That.
Okay.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
Get with that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. This or that. So I'm gonna just come up with some random stuff. And you can't plead the fifth. You can't say both. You got to choose one or the other. That's
Okay.
it. She said, "Okay." All right. So coleslaw or potato salad?
Potato salad.
How did I know he was gonna say that? All right. Peaches or plums?
Peaches.
Okay. Donors or fractured?
Donors.
Okay. Yeah,
Hello.
duh, like duh. Yeah. Yeah, I should have chose something. Let me choose something else. Uh, Um, Rogue or keep it secret? Was it keep it secrets? I'm sorry. I don't want
Rogue.
to. Okay. And so, Blanche Devereaux or Sandra Clark?
Sandra Clark. Sandra.
Mary. Do
Yes.
your Mary. Do your best Mary. Go ahead. Do your
Mary.
oh, yes. Yes. I love that. Yes. Okay. Banana pudding or bread pudding. Bread pudding or banana pudding?
Banana pudding.
Banana pudding. Yeah, I don't know. I've had bread pudding in a long time. Have you had bread pudding before? Have you ever?
Yeah, I've had it, but gotta think I don't really
Yeah.
like cakes and puddings, and I don't really. I'm
Yeah,
not.
you want to make sure you had it
I
first.
eat it. I
Okay.
eat it on fair occasion, but I'm not a. Ooh, I need. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Now I just want to make sure because sometimes
I've
you may
had it.
choose one that you okay. I just want to make sure you have both.
I've
Okay.
had it.
Because that would defeat the purpose of this or that if you didn't have both. Okay. I just want to make sure. All right. So book writing or filmmaking.
Filmmaking.
Okay. All right. So and I just saw them. So let me okay. Floetry or Kendrick the Family Soul.
Poetry.
Okay. Have you heard? Are you familiar with Kendrick? That's what to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still
Okay. Just
poetry.
checking. Okay. No, I just want to make sure. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. So I'm a music lover, so a lot of these come from like music choices. So I just want to
Yeah.
make you aware. Okay. Are you a hip hop fan? I'm like more of old school hip hop.
I'm a all
Oh,
music
okay.
fan.
All right.
So
Okay. All right. Just checking. All right. So she passing me by the Far Side or Prototype by Outkast. Passing me by Far Side or
passing me by.
Okay. And so let me see. I'm gonna give you a good one. I'm gonna get a good one. 'Cause I like when they stuck. I like to stick people. Uno or spades.
Uno, because I played it a lot more with my children.
Oh,
Spades causes fights.
yeah, I know it do. Yeah, I mean, they are wasted. They invest in they be invested in.
Now
Yeah,
my
you gotta
family
be
is a
careful.
spades family, but with my children, we use the Uno.
Yeah, okay, got you. Yeah, Uno's fine. All right, and so mustard or ketchup.
Ketchup.
Oh, you said that real quick.
I don't like mustard.
Okay. All right. So bacon or sausage?
Beef.
No matter.
Well, if it's beef, then it's gonna be
It would be
yeah,
what? Which one?
bacon.
Oh, okay.
Beef bacon. Yeah.
Okay. English muffin or bagels?
English muffin.
Oh, excuse me.
I like
Okay.
both, but okay.
All right. So Olive Garden or Cheesecake Factory? Oh, you don't like
Look,
either?
look, I'm over here like
Yeah,
like,
you don't
that.
like
Hold
either?
up. Like, no. It was I'm gonna tell you what happened was
Okay.
no, because of the news segment, and oh my gosh, I can't think of the media, and when they were sitting there talking about dude was at Cheesecake Factory, he was like, I'm trying to figure out why he was at Cheesecake Factory. I think it was Lamont Hill. It was a whole thing about the dude being at Cheesecake Factory, so I was trying to hold myself from busting out laughing. But I'm gonna go with Olive Garden because of that.
Okay.
But that's what I know. You have to look up that whole segment with Lamont Hill when they were dragging a boy, and his whole face, he was like, I'm trying to figure out why he was at Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, now I gotta look that up now because now
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now I'm really curious now.
Yes, you need to look that segment up. Yes.
Oh, okay, that's funny. All right, so I'm trying to figure what's the name of that company? What's the name of Okay. Zane or Terry McMillan?
Zane.
Thank you so much for playing with me. I hope you enjoyed that. I did. I did. Yeah. So yeah. So Omega, like these are some final two questions before we wrap up. And so I enjoy the answers that I receive. So I'm looking forward to yours. So this one, if you have 5 people at the seat of your table, dead or alive, who would they be and why? And I need the why for each person.
Edgar Allan Poe, because that Joker was
Ooh.
weird as hell. And I loved some of the books. Shakespeare, because I really want to know, did you write that stuff?
Oh, okay. It is because there has been some conspiracy theories about that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Beethoven, because the music is just like, how did you come up with that during that time period? And Beyonce, because I love the eclecticness of her work. And Jay-Z, because of the business.
Okay, like it. I like. Okay. All right. And so this question I take from the late James Lipton from Inside the Actor Studio. So, Omegia Keeys, if you were to enter, if you believe that there was a pearly gates, and you were to enter those pearly gates, what would you want the Most High to say?
What do I want him to say, or who would I want to see?
No, what would you want him? What would you want the Most High to say?
I don't know. I never really thought about it. I don't even care because apparently I'm dead.
You said you what?
I said I don't really care because apparently I'm dead.
You know what? You would say something like that. You would.
But hold up. But also, you're talking to someone that sees whether I don't give a damn what anybody else believes. I see ghosts regularly. I don't care about anybody else's beliefs. So it's not a.
That's why I try to ask the question.
So I don't. And it's not something that I really. I mean, I don't know, because I be feeling like the spirits be judging me, daily. So I don't know.
What you want the spirits to say?
They've been talking to me since birth, so I don't know. I really don't know. Like I was literally looking at a video the other day, and apparently it was my great uncle, because I had to ask my mother who it was in there interrupting me, trying to just unwind and think and process.
Got you.
And he wouldn't even allow that, because he had he just wanted to tell my mama hi. And I had to describe what he looked like to my mother, because I didn't know I'd never seen him before. So you understand, when it's something that you deal with all the time, it's not even I don't even care. I have to be honest. I don't even care what he has to say.
Okay.
It's not I'm not trying to be funny, but that's just my processing of it. Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Okay, totally. But yes, I thank you so much, Omegia, for just spending this time with me. It's been great. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that you come around again.
I really enjoyed you. Thank you. This was fun.
Yeah.
I like when I get to go off the cuff at night.
Yes. And I enjoyed every minute of it. That's what I like the most. That that's why I found you so intriguing. That's why I need you to come back. I need you to come back somehow, some way. You need to come back somehow. I gotta build something for you to come back to. So yes, that's gonna happen. Trust me, that's gonna happen. Omegia. Believe me.
Let me know.
Just watch me work. Okay, so I really do appreciate all of it. I appreciate all of this. Yes, absolutely. And so, but can you stick around for me? After you stick around for me? Okay, so I appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Omegia Keeys, please. Give it up for her. Yeah, yes. I see you in
later.
All right. All righty. So yes, so that was Omegia Keeys, writer, director, CEO of AboutFace Media. I mean, and she just has so many, like it's so hard to explain. Like she just has so many, it's like it was like she has the ability to kind of ignite certain things in you that you didn't expect, or certain things that you don't want to come out. Somehow it happens. So I just really appreciate her for bringing that presence to me, and I really mean that. There's no BS here. I'm very straightforward. I don't BS you guys. So when I really express my admiration for someone, or when I express myself, period, it's coming from a sincere place, even if it's rambling sometimes, or even if I don't have the ability to articulate it the way I want to. It is coming from a sincere place. So I really want to thank you so much for those who came live, those who were lurking in the bushes, those on Facebook. Shout out to her fans on Facebook that came through. I really want you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Matter of fact, why don't you do what my girl Nicole McGraw says. Do this.
If you find the time to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget, faith is the substance of things hoped for. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Make sure you like, subscribe today.
Oh, yes. And also please be on the lookout. My next interview is going to be this coming Saturday with filmmaker Daddy Love. So I just wanted to make sure I put that out as well. I would be remiss if I didn't. So I make sure this Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that you're in the building. But in the meantime, have a good one. Mhm.